Hi and welcome to your 50-minute Pilates class. We're going to focus on full body movements using weights. So I recommend either using somewhere between 3 to 5 pounds. You can always change it up depending on the movement. And we will get started on our mat. So starting with our legs wider than our hips, we're going into a squat first. So making sure that your feet are pointed either forward so they're parallel, or you can turn out slightly from your hips so you get a little bit of that rotation in. Lower down into a squat, come all the way back up, sweep your arm up and overhead, nice big side bend. So you're getting that nice stretch through your waistline, and then lift all the way back up. Same thing now, but on the other side. Lower down and up, lift and reach, and lift all the way back up. So we're gonna repeat this a few times. Bending through your knees, sweeping your arm overhead, and lift all the way back up. Again, bending through both your knees, weight is equal, and lift. As you lift up and over, you wanna feel that stretch through the side of your body, and lift. Again, and press, and lower. You can look up and overhead if you'd like, or you can look straight ahead, whatever feels best on your neck. And again, lower, lift, and reach. One more. Down and up, lift up and over, and release back down. So now taking your legs out a little bit wider, going into that second position, plie here. Keeping your knees bent, lower down an inch and up an inch. So you wanna focus on lifting the arches of your feet, pressing down through your big toe, your second toe, pinky toe and heel, and being really careful that you're not trying to favor one side more than the other. So I'll tend to favor my right versus my left. I injured my left hamstring one time. So always need to tell myself, okay, your left side is just as strong. So just giving yourself some positive thoughts as you lower and lift here, and press, taking it down and up. 3 more slow, keeping it small. 2 and 1. Now reach your arms out nice and long. Lower your arms down and then reach up and overhead. Nice big inhale and exhale. Lower and lift. Reaching and pressing up and overhead and lift. 4 more here. Reach. 3, 2, and 1. Now lower down into that plie squat. Hold it here. Now take one arm down towards the mat. Side bend up and over. Be careful that you're not going into your low back. You don't want to arch back too much. You want to think about that rib cage connection. And then lift all the way back up. Same thing now, but on the other side. Nice big side bend. Feeling the lift out of your waistline. And lift all the way back up. Same thing on the other side. Reach. And lift. 1 more here. Stay low. And lift all the way back up. Now rotating your legs so they're parallel. You can walk them back on in. Legs underneath your hips. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. High knees alternating right and left here. Pressing through your standing leg. Lift and reach. You can take your arms down and overhead. Adding a little upper body. Starting to warm up. Get that heart rate up slightly. Lift. Lift your sternum. So think about the center of your chest is presenting. So you're lifting that sternum towards the sky. 8 more. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now turning to face the side, legs underneath your hips here, hands on your hips, extend one leg back, flex your foot, And now bend your knees slightly into mini squat, switch opposite side. So alternating right and left here. You can either keep your hands on your hips or you can take them into prayer and add a chest expansion. So you're opening up your chest, palms are facing back. Just be really careful that you're not letting your shoulders roll forward. You want to think about really opening up from one shoulder to the opposite shoulder so you get the stretch and the strengthening action here. And press. This is 8, 7, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Now hands come back into prayer, going into calf raises. Reach your arms overhead and then back down with control. So working on that ankle stability, focusing on lifting the heels up at the same height and making sure that you're still keeping your shoulders over your hips. That's gonna help you with your balance. Lift and lower. And press. And reach. 3 more here. 3, 2, and 1, and release back down. So now walk up towards the front edge of your mat. Nice big inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale to release. You can either roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time, or you can walk your hands down your thighs in a neutral spinal position. So it's up to you on what feels best on your back here. Reaching up and overhead. Exhale to release and lower it down. I'm gonna roll down and I'm gonna feel that rib cage connect. I'm gonna feel that lengthening action through your spine here. And once your hands touch the mat, you can bend your knees as much as you need to in order to help your fingertips touch the front edge of your mat. Going into alternating knee bends here. Just small bends, shifting your weight from one side to the other. 2 more. Now lifting your hips up high, walk your feet back into that downward dog position. So you're lifting your hips high, you're pressing your heels towards the mat here to get that stretch through that whole back chain. That's gonna protect you when it comes to going into lower body movements, to get that nice stretch and mobility through the back of your legs and through your joints. 2 more here. Now you can walk your hands back about 4 inches, or just take them back about a hand's distance back towards your feet. Lift your hips up high, bend your knees, and lift your heels. So if I'm in that downward dog position, lift the heels, lift the hips up high, bend the knees, and now hold it here. Nice big inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, and then straighten them out. Bend and extend, so you're working through that upper body here. Again, lower and lift. 5 more. 5. Press. 4. 3. It's okay if this is too much on your ankles, you can always lower the heels. Last 1. And now press your heels down into the mat. Walk your hands forward a little bit, so take them back into that downward dog position. So full downward dog, keeping the chest open. 3 deep breaths here. Nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. 2 more. Walk your feet in towards your hands. Walk your feet out towards the corner edges of your mat now. Turning out from your hips slightly, come up to a squat position. So bending through your knees, bending your hips. Take your hands into prayer, lower down and up. Bend and lift a little bit so you're staying in that squat position. You're not fully extending through your legs just yet. Press, lower, and lift. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now going into a full squat here, full bend and extend. Lower and lift. I always like to take my arms back with this movement, but you can always keep them on your hips or in that prayer position. Again, lower and lift. 5 more. 5, reach. Growing through the crown of your head to lengthen through your spine. 1 more. Lower and lift. Nice work. So now grab your weights. We're going into lunges where we alternate. So facing the side, step one leg back, keeping the heel lifted. Lower down into a lunge, bending through your elbows into that hammer curl. And now as you lift and straighten your arms, rotate. So you're going into that second position, plie squat. Same movement with the arms. And now rotate into the opposite side for your lunge. So lifting the heel, lower down and up. Back through center. So you're going lunge, center, lunge, and just switching sides here. So lowering down and up. You can take this slow, or you can go a little bit faster. So I'm taking it slow to start. It's really important to turn your hips and pivot through the ball of your foot. That way you can keep that nice alignment through your hips, knees, and ankles here. Lowering down. And then through the opposite side, back through center. I'm gonna take it a little bit faster now. So lowering down and up, keeping that chest open. Lower and lift. Down and up and press. You should feel this through your biceps. So another way to think of it is you always want to be able to shift your weight from one side to the next. I know that's easier to say than to actually do. So I'd rather take it a little bit slower, keep my body in good form the entire time. Again, lower, lift, and center. Back to center again, one more round. Lower and lift, center. Now to stay in your second position, squat, lower and lift here. Keeping that chest nice and open. And press. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now walk your legs in. I'm all about combo movements today. So taking this a little bit slower, walk your feet out. You're gonna go into a squat again, okay? So just starting with the upper body, bend your knees, palms face up, lower down into the squat. Bring your arms forward, palms face in, take them out and in. You could always walk your feet out a little bit wider with this too. Lower, lift, out and in. Chest is open here. Lower, open, and take it in. So you're gonna feel your back muscles engage. As you open your arms, you wanna find that resistance through both directions here. Taking it down and up. and press. You got this. Think slight belly bend to spine. 3 more. 3, reach. 2, 1 more, and bring it all the way in. So next thing next, take your legs underneath your hips, lift up one knee and go into that hammer curl, and then lower back down, keeping your knees bent. Take your arms forward, take them out to the sides and back down, other side. Lift and lower, up and down. So again, you want to think about how your back muscles are engaging with this movement, connecting your shoulder blades in and together as you take your arms out to the sides. Keep pressing through that standing foot so that helps you with balance. Little trick is to engage through your glutes. That's going to help you stay nice and stable with this movement. This is 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 2, reach, last one, take it out and in. So now, next exercise, just take your weights in towards the center of your body, extend your opposite leg, flex your foot, lift your leg up and down. So now you're just working through the side of your hip and you're working through that standing leg. Reach and press. Now see if you can take your arms out to the sides here and just hold it. Now take your arms in and out. So as you lift your leg, you're taking your arms into center, like you're hugging on to a nice big beach ball or giving a friend a hug. And lift. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep those elbows nice and lifted. 2 more. This is 2. Last one, and release back down. So now same exercise on the other side. Weights in towards the center of your body. Extend your leg and flex your foot. So automatically I'm shifting my weight over to the standing side, engaging and lifting versus letting that hip pop out. Lift your leg up and down. This is going to help strengthen your hips to make sure that you keep your balance and that full support through your hip joints, no matter what age you are. And lift. Now take your arms out to the sides, hold them here. Now bring them in and out. So arms draw in as you extend that leg out to the side. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release all the way back down. Placing the weights back onto the mat out to the side. Walk up towards the front edge of your mat. Nice big inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale to release. You can roll it down, one vertebrae at a time, or walk your hands down into that neutral spinal position. Reach your hands down onto the mat, lift your hips up into that nice forward fold position. A couple breaths here. One more. Walk your feet back into downward dog. Keep lifting the hips up nice and high. Letting the heels press down towards the mat. Now going into an alternating knee bend. Bend one knee and hold it here. So you're getting that deeper stretch through that opposite leg, the leg that's straight. And now switch and hold it here. So you get that nice stretch through your Achilles, through your calf here. And again, switch and hold. One more. Lifting your heels and then lowering the opposite one down. Now press both of your heels into the mat. Keep your hips nice and lifted. So your weight should be back in your legs here. One more breath. And now gently lower down onto all fours. So making sure that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders and your hips are right over your knees. Nice big inhale through your nose, exhale, breathe it out. Take your right arm and you're gonna sweep it back up towards your hip and then lower it down towards the mat. Lift and lower. So just a little chest expansion here. If you wanna grab your weight, you're more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, you can do this without the weight. Lift and lower. And press. Two more. Lift and reach and release back down. So same thing now, but on the opposite side. So lifting your arm up and down, shoulders over that wrist, keeping the chest nice and open. And press. Using your breath to help you, hips stay nice and level. Two more. This is 2 and 1, and release all the way down. Separate your knees, sit back on your heels. So you're going into child's pose here, just reaching your arms out nice and long. Nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. 2 more deep breaths, just like this. And roll it on up. So the next exercise is going to be in a side half kneel position like this. If this is too tough on your knees, where you know your bottom leg is going to start bothering you, you can come up to standing and go into a lunge position where you're keeping that knee bent. You can also just straighten out your legs and keep them straight or do a little bend. So lots of options. Find what works for you. Grab your weights and start with your leg out to the side like this. Take your elbows out to the side so you're opening up your chest. Press forward and now reach up and overhead. And again, reach. So you're adding a little lean with this movement, bending through your knee. So you get a stretch through your inner thighs. At the same time, you want to think about pressing through your heel as you come back up to really work through your inner thigh, strengthening it a little bit more. And press, so reach it forward. And now reach overhead. So palms face in as you reach up and overhead. This is 5, 4, lift, 3, press, 2, last one. Now bend through your knee a little bit, reach your arms forward, palms face down, press out through your knee and lift up an inch. Lower and lift. You can always bring your weights in if this is tough on your neck or your shoulders. As you lift on up, you want to feel that inner thigh work here. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Last one. Now lower your arms down and up. Nice big inhale and exhale, keeping that chest nice and open. And lift. This is a sweaty workout. You're gonna feel every muscle work at some point. Taking it down and up. Lower and lift 5 more. You wanna be careful that your torso is not shifting. You got this. Let's try for 1 more. And release back down. Now you only need to hold on to 1 weight. You can place the other weight out to the side. Lower down onto the mat. You can either lower down onto your forearm, or you can rest your head on your hand. Really recommend trying to press up through your forearm. It's a little bit easier with this movement. Reach and extend your arm up towards the ceiling. Bend through your elbow and then extend. So I'm taking the weight slightly behind my head, and at the same time, extend your leg. So now you're gonna lift your leg as you extend your arm up to the ceiling. Lower down and up, keeping the hips stacked right on top of each other. So hip bone right over the opposite hip bone here. Keep pressing away from the mat. Lower and lift. And press. 5 more. 5. Reach. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Now you can place the weight down. Keep your leg extended out to the side. Keep your foot pointed. Sweep your leg forward, and now flex your foot, sweep the leg back. Nice big inhale and exhale. If you need to lower down and place your head on your hands, so you're not on your forearm, you're more than welcome to do that. As you take your leg back, you want to engage through your glute. Nice big inhale and exhale. And press. You have 5 more here. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Keep your leg out to the side, point through your leg, and now lift and lower little pulses. So really pointing through that ankle. You want to feel the front of your thigh engage. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back down. Lift it on up. So same series, but on the other side. Grab your weights. Going into your side lunge. You can do a squat or going into that half kneel position. Elbows are lifted. Press and then reach up and overhead. Again, push. So you want to think about your posture here. Shoulders are stacked over your hips. And you want to think about your arms and your legs are working together with this movement so they're in sync with each other. And lift. Nice big inhale. Exhale, reach. And lift. And press. Be careful that you're not engaging through that bottom leg. So you want to think about engaging through your glute here. Press and lift. 5 more. This is 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Now you have inner thigh presses. So you can take the weights into center, take it out and in. You can also just keep your arms out to the sides. It's up to you. Press and in. So you find that little lift through your pelvic floor. It's very, very small. Just slight engagement as you shift your weight back to center. 5, 4, 3, 2. The last one. Now you can lower your arms down. Lifting out of that supporting hip, reach your arms up and down. So palms face down, chest is open. You'll feel this work through your shoulders. And press. And lift. 3 more. This is 3, 2, and 1. And now lower it down. So you just need one weight. You're lying on your side, lifting out of your forearm. So shoulders right over that elbow. Knees and hips are stacked. What tends to happen is this top hip will roll back. So you want to make sure it's right on top of that bottom hip. Reach and extend your arm. Now opening up the chest, just start with a bend of the elbow. So now you're focusing on working through the back of your arm. Be careful that your elbow is not moving. You want to keep it fixed here. And then you can take your leg out to the side and now lift it up and down. So getting that nice engagement through the side of your hip and your glute. And press and lower. Keep lifting out of that side body. And press and lower. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Release and place the weight down. Keep your leg extended nice and long. Point through your ankle as you sweep your leg forward. Flex through your foot, engage through your glute and hip as you take your leg back. Nice big inhale, and then exhale to sweep it back. Using that breath to help you, and think about your legs are just getting longer and longer as you sweep your leg forward. Nice big inhale and exhale. 4 more. 4, reach. 3, 2. Last one. Now take your leg out to the side. Find the length through the side of your hip here so you're not rounding or really shortening that trunk here. So find the length out of your hip. Little pulses up. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back down. Roll onto your back. We're going into some core and abdominal movement here. Keeping that chest nice and open. You can either keep your head down on the mat or you can lift your shoulder blades off a little bit. So let's start with our head down on the mat first. Extend both of your legs up towards the ceiling and then lower them down just a little bit so your tailbone can be heavy. You have a little arch through your low back, but you're not letting your rib cage flare open and your shoulder blades to lift off the mat. So you want to automatically build that connection. That's going to help you engage your back muscles. So as soon as I connect through my rib cage and my shoulder blades, my legs started to creep back. So I want to keep that rib cage connection, shoulder blades connected on the mat, and now lower my legs down ever so slightly so that tailbone's heavy. I can feel my abs working right now without having to do anything. Press the back of your arms into the mat. Now just lower one leg down for 2 counts. You're gonna lower it down for 2 and lift it up for 2. Other side, lower for 2 and lift. Repeat this, just alternating one leg and then the other. And again, lower and lift. And press. You can also take your hands behind your head and lift your chest. So you're working through your upper abdominals even more here. And lift. And again, lower down for 2 and up for 2. Lower and lift. One more in each leg. Lower and lift. Last one. Down and up. And then you can hug your knees into your chest. Oh, that was a good one. Using your breath to help you, take your legs back into tabletop. So knees go right over your hips to start. Ankles in line with your knees. Darting your legs right and left. You can press the back of your arms into the mat, connecting the shoulder blades in and together. You can also take your hands behind your head, lifting that chest on up as you alternate from one side to the other. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back down, hug your knees in towards your chest. And then you can either roll it on up or roll to your side to lift on up. So next movement, you're going into a plank position. So a couple options here. I'll show you the half plank and the full plank with this. So tucking your toes under. For the full plank, what you'll do is you're going to rotate going into a side plank, come back through center. So that leg that's forward in that side plank, you're going to pull your knee in and then lengthen out. If you're in a half plank position, what you'll do is more of a spinal rotation. You'll take your arm, reach it up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest, bring it back through center. Lift the hips up as you draw your knee and lift it off the mat. And then as you lower your knee down, you'll lower your hips down into that half plank position. So I'll do this modification one more time. Reach and extend your arm up, opening up your chest so you get that spinal rotation through your upper back. Come back through center. Lift your hips, automatically drop belly button to spine as you lift the knee, and then lower back down into that half plank. Otherwise, tuck your toes under, lengthen through your heels, reach and extend your arm up towards the ceiling, shifting into your side plank. Reach it back through center, knee comes in and out. Again, opening up the chest and lower. Knee comes in and out. Again, reach and lower, in and out. Using your glutes to help with you. Again, reach, press, take it back through center. 4 more here. And center. You're doing such a great job. Keep this up. And lower. 2 more. Reach, press. Taking it in and out. Last one. And release back down. So next movement, going into push-ups. So you can either go against the wall, take your hands against the countertop, do a half plank or full plank for your push-ups. So I'm gonna do half plank push-ups, keeping the chest open. We have 10 of these. Ready? Here we go. This is 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and lift all the way up. Now, if your wrists need a little bit break, sit back on your heels, separating your knees, walking your hands forward. So you're going into that child's pose. Nice big inhale. Exhale, breathe it out. 2 more. Last one. And lift it all the way back up. Okay, side plank series on the other side. I'm just turning the opposite direction so you can see me a little bit better. So again, if you're going into that half plank position, reach and extend your arm up, bring it back down, lift the hips, lift the knee, and then lower back down. Otherwise, you can do that full side plank position. Ready? Here we go. Rotating onto the edges of your feet, back through center, knee comes in and out. Again, reach, press. You want to move the upper body and the lower body at the same time. And lower. Again, reach and take it down. Extend and lower. And press. 2 more. Reach and lower. Last one. And in and out. Lower back down. Now you can walk yourself back a little bit if you start traveling forward on the mat. Everyone meet me in a half plank position. Chest is open. Bend your elbows. Slowly lower your chest. Lower your hips all the way down on the mat. So now going into some back work. Take your arms out into cactus. You'll lift your chest. Press the tops of your feet into the mat and then lower back down. Nice big exhale as you lift and lower. And lower. Again, lift. And press. 5 more here. 5, 4, 3. Making sure those shoulders are not rounding forward. Last one, and release back down. So next exercise, a little variation on this. Keep your arms out in cactus. Think about engaging belly button to spine slightly. Lift your chest on up. Just extend one arm, reach it overhead, back in, and then lower your chest. Alternating one arm and the other. Lift your chest, reach and extend. Bend through the elbow and lower. Again, lift, reach, bend, and lower. Press, and lower. Lift, reach, and lower. Again, lift, reach, and lower. If you're starting to get tired, tell yourself you got this. You can always take a break if you need to, but you just have one more. Lift, press, and release back down. Now, you can roll onto your back here, making sure your feet are planted firmly into the mat. Reaching your arms down by your hips. You have a couple options here. So you can either go into a spinal articulation where you curl that pelvis under and roll it up one vertebrae at a time, or you can lift your hips up. So you're lifting them all the way up into a bridge and then lower all the way back down. So if you have osteopenia or if you have osteoporosis, it's best to do a bridge. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to do the spinal articulation. So nice big inhale. Exhale, rolling on up or go into your bridge. Think one vertebrae at a time. Keeping the chest nice and open. Nice big inhale at the top. And then exhale, roll it all the way back down, keeping that chest nice and open. And you want to think about articulating one vertebrae at a time, peeling it all the way back down. Again, nice big inhale. Exhale, zip up the lower abdominals, connect belly button to spine. Roll it all the way up, keeping that chest nice and open. And then gently roll it all the way back down. You may feel your feet doing something a little bit odd. So they may be trying to roll out or in. So you want to focus on pressing down through your big toe, pressing through your heel, curling that pelvis under, lengthening and lifting all the way up. Feeling that rib cage connect, rolling down between your shoulder blades, mid back, low back, and release. Again, nice big inhale. Exhale, curl that pelvis under and roll it on up. Finding the length in your spine. So you're finding that neutral spine at the top. Inhale. Exhale, peel it all the way back down. One more, nice big inhale. Exhale, curl the pelvis under and roll it all the way back up. Pressing through your feet. And then gently release, keeping that chest nice and open. Rolling it down one vertebrae at a time. Now just lifting up one heel, press the ball of your foot into the mat, lift your hips up into that bridge, lifting it up and down. So now you're working through your hips, you're working through your glutes here. Lift and lower. Again, press. And reach. Again, keeping that chest nice and open. 3 more here. 3, 2. Last one, release back down. Let's switch it out. So lifting up your opposite heel, lift the hips up and down. Working through, mainly through the glute of the leg where your heel is down on the mat. And press. 5 more. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release back down. Now just taking your feet, place them on the mat, gently rotate your knees to one side. Take your arms into cactus and you can look over your shoulder, keeping your chest nice and open. Nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. So you'll get that nice release through your low back. And now gently take your head and your legs back through center. Let's switch it on out and do the same thing, but on the opposite side. If you like, you can close your eyes. As you breathe out, focus on just letting your face relax. And then gently take your legs back to center. Extend one leg up towards the ceiling, flexing your foot. So you're finding that length through the back of your thigh into your hamstring. Just getting a nice hamstring stretch here. I like to wrap my hands around my thighs, so that way I get a nice hold. My leg isn't bouncing around, and I get that deeper stretch through that whole back chain. One more breath here. You can release your leg back down. So now same thing, but on the other side, lifting your leg, flexing through your foot. Try to focus on slowing down your breath. One more breath here. And release your leg, place it all the way down. So now you can hug your knees into your chest. You can either roll onto your side to sit on up, or you can go into rolling like a ball to sit all the way up. Take one leg forward. So keeping this leg at 90 degrees. So knees in line with your ankle. Other leg is back with your knee bent. You can also fully extend your leg, tuck your toes under, or you can point through your foot for full pigeon. Keeping your chest forward. Walk your hands down, so now you're on your forearms. You should feel a nice stretch through your hips here. Try not to engage through this back hip. If this feels good and you want to go a little bit further in this stretch, you can walk your hands forward and just relax your chest down onto your thigh. Two more deep breaths. Walk your hands back. Sweep your arms back, getting that nice extension through your spine, lifting your chest, and then come back through center and release back down. Same thing now, but on the opposite side. So I'm just going to turn to face the opposite direction. So either leg fully extended, or you can have that extension, slight extension through your hip with your knee bent, lower down onto your forearms. So now you're keeping that chest open, using your breath to help you. You can always walk your hands down. So now your chest is just relaxing on your thigh, getting that nice stretch through your hip. One more breath here. And then you can walk your hands back in, lifting your chest on up. Sweep your arms back, nice big inhale. Exhale to release. Bring your back leg forward, extend both of your legs nice and long. Flexing your feet, nice big inhale. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale to release. So you're getting that stretch through your back and through the back of your legs. I'm rounding through your spine, but you're more than welcome to go into a little bit more of extension, especially if that helps to support your back. You don't want to feel any pain. Slight engagement of your abdominals here as you reach it forward. Now point through your feet, nice big inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead, and exhale to reach it forward. You can always press down on your toes a little bit, down on your ankles to get a little bit of that stretch through the front of your feet. And be careful that you're not shifting one hip forward or one hip back. One more breath here. And then release to lift it all the way back up. And you are all finished. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you got a nice, sweaty and strong workout from head to toe, and I will see you next time. Bye.